Good afternoon. I hope everybody's well today. I hope you are refreshed by the rain, as I'm feeling refreshed as well. Rain always seems to do that for me. Today I'd like to share a devotion with you from Frederick Buechner entitled Touched with Joy. In the midst of the heaviness of everything that's going on, it's a good reminder that even in the midst of everything, we can experience joy. And joy is opposed to happiness, which he will talk about. Touched with joy. There is not one of us whose life has not already been touched somewhere with joy, so that in order to make it real to us, to show it forth, it should be enough for Jesus simply to remind us of it, to make us remember the joyous moments of our own lives. Yet this is not easy, because ironically enough, these are likely to be precisely the moments that we do not associate with religion. We tend to think that joy is not only not properly religious, but that it is even the opposite of religion. We tend to think that religion is sitting stiff and antiseptic and a little bored, and that joy is laughter and freedom and reaching out our arms to embrace the whole wide and preposterous earth, which is so beautiful that sometimes it nearly breaks our hearts. We need to be reminded that at its heart, Christianity is joy, and that laughter and freedom and the reaching out of arms are the essence of it. We need to be reminded, too, that joy is not the same as happiness. Happiness is something we make. A happy home, a happy marriage, a happy relationship with our friends and within our jobs. We work for these things, and if we are careful and wise and lucky, we can usually achieve them. Happiness is one of the highest achievements of which we are capable, and when it is ours, we take credit for it, and properly so. But we never take credit for our moments of joy, because we know that they are not made by us, and that we are never really responsible for them. They come when they come. They are always sudden and quick and unrepeatable. The unspeakable joy sometimes of just being alive. The miracle sometimes of being just who we are, with the blue sky and the green grass, the faces of our friends and the waves of the ocean, being just what they are. The joy of release, of being suddenly well when before we were sick, of being forgiven when before we were ashamed and afraid, of finding ourselves loved when we were lost and alone. The joy of love, which is the joy of the flesh as well as the spirit. But each of us can supply their own moments. So just two more things. One is that joy is always all-encompassing. There is nothing of us left over to hate with or to be afraid with, to feel guilty with or to be selfish about. Joy is where the whole being is pointed in one direction, and it is something that by its nature a person never hoards, but always wants to share. The second thing is that joy is a mystery, because it can happen anywhere, anytime, even under the most unpromising circumstances, even in the midst of suffering, with tears in its eyes, even nailed to a tree. What Jesus is saying is that people are made for joy, and that anyone who is truly joyous has a right to say that they are doing God's will on this earth. Where you have known joy, you have known God. I wish you blessings today. I hope that you will join me tomorrow and have a wonderful evening.